Let me end with a little bit of a final reflection on what's going on in Britain, which is just really, really interesting. You know, Theresa May, first of all, Brexit has set their politics on fire. Their political parties are falling apart. 11 members of Parliament have left the Labour Party because of the anti-Semitism there. People are leaving the Conservative Party because they don't want to be involved in Brexit. People are now dividing in Britain, not along Labour and Conservative, but along Remain and Brexit, whether they're going to leave the European Union or whether they're going to stay. That is kind of defining their politics. Theresa May has now given Parliament a chance to delay Brexit, saying if they don't get a deal on Brexit, they can vote to delay it, and she will let that happen. And what's so interesting about this is the reason it's so hard to leave the European Union is the European Union won't let them go. That's why. The European Union is essentially a bunch of trade deals, right? It's a bunch of things that says you can deal with France and you go, but it also comes along with the right of Brussels to pass all these regulations on all these countries who do not want those, who might not want those regulations being passed on them. So if what the EU said to them is, yes, you can leave and we will remain, we'll keep the necessary deals in place. You'll lose some privileges because you're giving up some things that we want, like unrestricted immigration and things like that. But you're still going to be allowed to land your planes here. You're still going to be allowed to trade your goods with us and all this. If they would say that, then Brexit wouldn't be such a problem, right? But it's because they're not saying it, because they're tyrants, that they won't let them go. And so Brexit is a disaster for the very same reason that Brexit is necessary. I mean, that is the paradox. Brexit is a disaster because of the same reasons that makes it necessary, namely the EU is a tyrannical, grasping organization that once it has you in its clutches, and they forced a lot of those votes on people, but once they've got you in their clutches, they will not let you go. And that's the reason you want to leave. So, all I can say about this that really, really strikes me is we have to remember all the time that inertia is always on the side of big government. It is in the nature of government to grow. It is in the nature of government wherever there are options to be had, it wants to be in control of those options. It does not want you in control of those options because you're eating Chef Boyardee, and we know what that's like. It does not want you in control of those options. It wants to be in control of those options. It doesn't matter who's in charge, by the way. It doesn't matter conservatives, Democrats. It does not matter. The government itself, the state itself, has the purpose of growing and taking over all areas of options. So inertia is always on the side of growing government. In order to stop it, you have to fight. In order to stop it, you got to be obstreperous. You got to be loud. You got to be Orange Man. You got to be Donald Trump. You got to be somebody who doesn't care what they say about you, doesn't care that they call you racist every day, who doesn't care that they call you sexist and homophobic and call you all these names. You have to be that way because the inertia on both sides, right and left, is always on the state growing. It is always on the side of the state growing. And people get tired. And as people get tired, their rights slowly disappear. And it's easy not to fight for InfoWars when they take his free speech away. It's easy not to fight for all the crazy people who are out on the fringes. But those fringes come closing in awfully, awfully quickly because it is in the nature of the state to grow. It takes a fight to keep it away. People always say to you, why are the Democrats so much better at government? Because government growing is what they do. It is conservatives who are fighting. The Democrats are just riding the tiger. They're just riding the beast into taking over all your rights. All right, tomorrow, mailbag, be here. I'm Andrew Klavan. This is The Andrew Klavan Show.